You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations on Young Justice Outsiders.
Oh, thank you. It's so exciting. I mean, congratulations to the fans. They brought us back and we're here.
Now, it's been
It
5 years,
happens.
right? 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah. So why did it take so long, and will the wait be worth it for the fans?
Well, it was done. That's why it took so long. And then it was resurrected. It wasn't like, we picked up for season 3 and then it took 5 years to make it. Like, we were canceled. And then audiences just would not take no for an answer. And they fought and they fought and they fought and they watched it and they streamed it. And I feel in so many ways it kind of pushed DC Universe to even happen. I mean, it's one of the few shows that I think the binge-worthy aspect of this show was almost like 5 years too early, and now the technology and the social media culture has caught up to the type of show we are, and it's a perfect storm.
So you have big confidence in this DC digital service, DC Universe?
I think it's the perfect avenue for this show. I mean, people are going to be able to watch the last 2 seasons, even though they were 5 years ago. You don't have to remember. You can just binge it, and you need to, because everything that happens in season 3 is based on the last 2 seasons, and everybody is connected as always. Even though it's a giant universe, everybody, just like in the world, affects everybody else, all our decisions.
Last question. What do you love the most about your character, and what do you hope little girls out there to take away from your character?
I love so much about Artemis. She comes from a really dysfunctional family. I always like to say, she rebelled against her family of villains by becoming a good guy. But you do have to give a lot of props to her mom, because her mom really did start that shift. And it's very complicated doing the right thing, especially in this world, and there's still love for your family members, even if they tortured and abused you, like in many ways that her dad did. But maybe her dad, the sportsmaster, is thinking he's doing the right thing because he wants her to be a great villain, and she's not. And then how uncomfortable and challenging it is to be vulnerable for her, and to make alliances with people and trust people is very difficult for Artemis. And I love that she pushes through that discomfort, never losing sight of who she is. And I love her chutzpah and her sarcasm and her bravery and her confidence. But at the end of the day, I think the bravest thing she does is let herself be vulnerable, and that makes her so courageous and tough and awesome. And I think that's great for any human, not just girls. But if we're going to talk girl power, Artemis is amazing. I've gotten, the pleasure to do several really awesome girl power characters. And I have 2 daughters, and I also have a son. And I think it's just as important for my son to see me going to work and being a superhero as it is for my daughters. I just think, especially in today's day and age, we all have to support each other. And I'm proud to be a part of this show because it does that. This show's diverse. My hats off to Brandon and Greg, because they have an extremely diverse cast, and equality is across the board.
Man, how are you?
Good.
Oh, hey, look, that's us. You look just like those people.
Congratulations on Young Justice Outsiders.
Thank you very much, man.
Now, you are a man of 1,000 voices.
998. Working on the other 2.
So which voice are we looking into the series?
643.
What character?
So this is Breon Markov. Okay. Fans may know him as Geoforce. So I had to look that one up. Like I'm pretty good at some DCU stuff, but this guy is like, who? I had to reach back, which is fun because I was just telling this guy that I have a tendency to kind of play more iconic characters, like Batman or Joker. So to be able to play one that there isn't so much of structure around gives us the freedom to I don't know, what does he sound like? Let's build this up. And when you're working with people like Greg Weisman and Brandon Vietti and Jamie Thomason, our voice director, that's fun. That's not work. That's just playing.
True. Fans love this show. That's why it's back. So, were you fans of this first 2 seasons?
Yes, that's what's crazy is that, I watch a lot of animation, so it's not uncommon for me to be a fan of a show. It's rare for me to be such a fan of a show and then they go, hey, you want to be on it? Normally I'm at the start of a show or something and we get to, 2 or 3 seasons or more. This is something completely different to be able to come in after it's been so established, especially when like you said, it's been brought back by the fans. That's just massive, man. I'm kind of pinching myself just a little bit because it's pretty incredible.
What can we expect?
More of the same, and honestly, double down on everything. It's like these are some of the greatest characters and some of the best writing I've seen in an animated show. Obviously, it didn't disappoint because the fans wanted this back so badly. Because we're on a streaming service, we we have a little bit more freedom than what like a typical network like Cartoon Network would allow us, just by the nature of the way that their structure is. So there's a lot of themes that we get to explore. We get to go a little bit darker, a little bit more mature. So if you liked when that show went that way, you're gonna dig this. Like this is, it just feels bigger. It just feels. She used the word maturation. I was like, yeah. I was like, you can see an element of maturation between season 1 and 2 and season 3.